Hello out there to all my DigiPeeps. So glad to be coming at you with another dose of Geek. A breakdown of the news coming out of the world of pop culture. 2022 is still going super strong and I am absolutely loving it. Some of these stories hold some significance to me as I have some past experiences with all of them. So if you are all ready, let's get into the first story. Starting out with the Jurassic World Dominion trailer. It has just dropped and it looks great. The OG cast are coming back, those being Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum and Laura Dern joining the new sequel's cast of Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. Now, I was just speaking to a friend of mine and we both agree, this movie needs to hit all the nostalgia spots. We need Sam back in his cowboy hat and red scarf. We need Jeff with a shirt on and several buttons undone. Utter some famous lines from the original movies. Have Chris say some of Alan's lines right in front of him. This is not some Academy Award winning picture in the works. It is a nostalgia trip and it needs to have fun with that. Then the awards will come when we can see that the cast and crew are having a great time on this film and its production. I am looking forward to this movie and I'm hoping it will hit all the right notes. Jurassic World Dominion is set to be released in cinemas on June 10th. Second story, and one I am very excited to talk about, Kenobi, the long-awaited fan service for arguably the prequel's most favourite Jedi. Fans have been waiting with bated breath for the upcoming Disney Plus limited TV series, and we finally have an official poster and release date of the Ewan McGregor-led TV show set to debut on May 25th. I am overjoyed at this news, as ObiWan Kenobi has always been one of my favourite characters from the Star Wars films, and I think fans can agree whether they like or dislike the prequels, Ewan McGregor really breathed his own life and energy into the man who would become Luke Skywalker's first ever Jedi Master. The show feels like it has been in development forever, and I am sure the COVID-19 pandemic did not help matters. However, we finally have a release date and a great little teaser of our hero trudging through the sands of Tatooine as he looks over the galaxy's new hope. As mentioned, the Disney Plus exclusive TV show will release on May 25th and consist of 6 overall episodes. Moving on to the third story, and another great piece of media from my past. A brand new Lightyear trailer has dropped and it looks amazing. Chris Evans' vocal chops are finally given to the public and some pretty short snippets of some space flights and alien battles. Truly a movie I think people did not know they wanted, but are glad we are getting. When I was a kid, the 2 VHS tapes that I watched again and again were The Lion King and Toy Story. I could probably quote those 2 films for you, word for word, and I for one am very excited to see the Toy Story franchise continue with this new and unique story. I think it is going to be a blast for little and big kids of all ages. Lightyear is set to be released in cinemas on June 17th. Okay, last but certainly not least, the Nintendo Direct event of 2022 had some major announcements for some upcoming games to be launched on their flagship console, the Nintendo Switch. Now, I could go on and on about the games that were announced, however, there are 2 noteworthy ones I wanted to mention, those being Star Wars The Force Unleashed and Nintendo Switch Sports. To start out with, Star Wars The Force Unleashed. I was just looking up some old gameplay from this game I believe I had on the PS2. It is that old. I remember picking it up and playing it on the release date and it was incredible. It is my favourite Star Wars game of all time, followed very closely by Jedi Fallen Order. The story centres around Darth Vader's secret apprentice and his missions during the rise of the Empire. Star Wars alumni Sam Witwer did not only the voice, but the motion capture for the apprentice known only as Starkiller. Side note, that was the original last name George Lucas was going to give Luke. He was Luke Starkiller, not Luke Skywalker. There is even some rough drafts of the script with the hero's name of Luke Starkiller. Rather fitting, as I remember it was mentioned that this powerhouse of a Force user was a vision of what the creators of this game had if Luke Skywalker had joined his father and had no limits put on his potential. Something you can definitely feel in the game, as abilities like Force Push, Force Lightning, and the dreaded Force Maelstrom all had such devastating and incredible power behind them. If you have not, I highly recommend picking up this game and giving it a go. I promise you won't be disappointed. And of course, probably the most anticipated announcement was that of Nintendo Switch Sports. When I was younger, and yes, I do realise I sound like an old man during this video, having such a nostalgic view on all these stories, I had a Nintendo Wii. If I remember correctly, I had Star Wars Republic Heroes, Spider-Man Web of Shadows, another great game I wish I could get my hands on, and Wii Sports. I had great days playing out games like boxing, golf, and my favourite, bowling. The game was awesome, and to have a sequel in Nintendo Switch Sports, it's definitely a game I'm going to pick up as soon as it is released and probably go straight into some classics and hopefully some new games I can play with my motion controllers. Well, that's that, my DigiPeeps. Some great stories and announcements that I just wanted to discuss with you all, and some that have me very excited for what this new year will bring. I hope you all enjoyed my breakdown of the news stories I felt deserve some love. Please let me know what you are most excited for down in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and as always, I will catch you all in the next one.